Hello, hello, namaste. It's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here for our monthly healing event. This is our healing list event for some of my patrons. So my $15 patrons or higher, thank you so much for your support. So when you pledge $15 or more, you have access to being a part of this healing event. So we have 37 people on our healing list today, which is very exciting. So I've cut up your names and I've put your, hi Loretta. So I've put your names in my little, oh it's actually quite large, my raku bowl. And I'm going to pick you out randomly. So in regards to what this healing event is going to be, because sometimes I have a theme, I don't have a theme today or yet. What I really feel like I want to do is just let the energy unfold. Hi Kimberly, lovely to see you. I just really want to let this unfold. So I'm going to be sharing for the next 45 minutes to an hour probably. At some point I'm going to bring everyone through who's on the healing list. If you're not on the healing list, you can certainly still participate if you want to, so just be open to that. And if you are on the healing list, then I suggest that you open yourself up and allow yourself to go as deep as you can today. I'm really interested in taking it deeper. I have a few tools with me, like I've got my crystal singing bowl I may play. I've got a drum, the chimes, the rattle. I may play those. I don't know. My sort of feeling in preparing was to create a bit of a sound healing time, but I really just want to let it unfold. So what I'm going to start with is some smudging, and then we will get into, I'll pull a healing energy card and we'll see what or where that wants to lead us. So I'll just move, I've got lots of things just kind of around, just get myself organised a bit. And I've got my smudge stick and the dregs of sage that I've got left, just using the end of a stick here. So let's start with the smudge. Smudging, if you're not familiar with it, is a great way I find to help clear ourselves of our everyday stuff that we're dealing with. So our everyday stresses and pressure, the worry we maybe things that we may be worrying about, things that we've got to do, things on our to-do list. Hi Allison. Anything really to do with our everyday challenges, our everyday life experience. I like to think of the smudge stick as just clearing that stuff away. Because when we get that surface stuff, the surface stuff that we're sort of presently dealing with aside, then that gives us more time and the space that we need to go deeper inside, which is what I'm really interested in. So if we're really stressed out in life and we don't take steps to clear that before we do something like this, then that's just going to be the loudest thing. And by the time we get to the end of the healing event is probably when we clear that sort of stuff out. So I feel that this is a great way to start. So take a nice deep breath and we will start with our smudge. So just lighting this up. So just find your center, take some big deep breaths. Hi Gayle. Nice big deep breaths. And imagine this sacred smoke washing over your body and carrying away with it all negative energies, entities, cords, hooks, attachments. Allow them to be released and let them go from your heart, your body, your mind, your life. You can work with your out breath to really help enforce this energy. So as I breathe out, I like to imagine letting go of that stuff. So letting things go. So breathe out the old energy, and that gives you space then to breathe in the new. So take your time Let go. Now we also take these moments to call forward the Great Spirit, our God and Goddess, all of our spirit guides, our angels, our power animals, our masters, our loved ones in spirit, our ancestors, all beings of the light, and any other specific spiritual guides or teachers we like to work with or call upon. You can do that now. So we ask them to come in close into our space, into our circle, and to not only hold us safe and protected and keep these unwanted negative energies out. Hi, Kimberly. But also to help keep our energy vibration high and to allow us the space to access what we need for our highest truth for this healing time today. And that's what I trust. I trust that we will receive what we need and will flow accordingly. So thank you. So it is. Just put out my smudge stick. Okay, that's out. Let's put that to the side. So thank you. All right, let's start by pulling a healing energy card. So what I'm looking for is a healing energy card, the best healing energy card that we need as a group for this healing event to carry us, at least at the beginning phases of our healing journey. The energy may shift and I may pull other cards as we go. So I don't want to limit myself to this being the only card that I pull, but trusting that it's the right card and the right thing to talk about for now. And then I'm going to let this just weave itself and unfold itself like a meandering river. So I trust the best healing energy card that we need for now is this. Now, in regards to when I'm bringing those of you on my healing list through, I'm just going to trust that too. So let's see. We've got the Healing Guide, card 35. I will read what it says down here. It says open, excuse me, there's energy shifting in the throat when I say open to the flow of love. Allow it to guide you with everything. Healing, inner beauty, opening the throat, the third eye. Hi, Janice. The third eye and the crown chakras. And there's a little pendant here as I drew this illustration many years ago, 2010, 9 years ago. As I drew this, I could feel this gem sort of pendant thing that she's wearing here on her throat. I could feel that very actively moving. It was like this spinning, like rotating discs, if you like, and spinning things. And I remember at the time I called that the seed of awakening. So based on my experience with these cards, and this card in particular, I know that this card usually comes up when it's encouraging us to flow deeper, go deeper with our sense of love and on our life's journey. So if I think of my life's path as sometimes as a road or a path itself, sometimes I see it, especially when the flow is very important to me, which it is pretty much every day, but sometimes I'm more attentive to it than others. So if I'm really looking at my path being a flow, then my path turns into more of the feeling of and the visual of a river, so a moving river. Now this card I see as wanting to take that one step further or one step deeper and dropping underground into the undercurrent, that underground stream, that underground river that we can trust is taking us where we need to be in our life. And it doesn't mean that we're sitting back and we're just letting life happen, because I really do feel that to stay in the flow or to be aligned with it as deeply as possible, we also need to stay and remain proactive in our life. So recognizing how we feel, recognizing what we're reacting to, what's going on for us, and what adjustments we need to make to help us stay as aligned as possible with the flow and the movement of our path. Or in this case, as in the flow and the movement of that underground river. That underground river, that's just, it feels like a cave that's been carved out from eons of flow and eons of movement. And what if that was us? What if through all of our experiences in this life, in this lifetime, and if we're open to other lifetimes and maybe our soul, our spirit living beyond this physical body, not only when our time to leave this physical body comes for this lifetime, but maybe in between other lifetimes. Maybe we've got a higher part of ourselves that's also alive and well on other planes and other realities. So if we're open to the vastness of our being and the vastness of our timeline, then perhaps we've already pre-carved, if you like, this cave out under the surface of the earth, so deep in the earth, where this underground stream soars and moves. So I'm seeing this cave, but it's not just a room cave, it's more like a river cave that is full of fast-moving water, the purest water we could imagine. And it feels, the first word that comes to mind is isolated, but that doesn't at all feel like alone. It just feels more like a, what's a way to put this? Like an honouring and owning a personal power that we feel ourselves moving through this underground stream. And letting this, letting ourselves move with this, trusting in it, that it's taking us where we need to be. But balancing that with us being an active component, being proactive on that journey. That we are not being dictated to, if you like, or forced through spirit or what have you to go a certain direction. That we can actually recreate or redirect. I love that word. Redirect our path, the movement of our river, to go the direction that we want to take. So as we're journeying through this life, not only in this body, but again, if we're open to other lives, the existence of our soul, our spirit, our higher self, we have so much experience and wisdom now, in this moment, that we can navigate and redirect our stream to go where we want it to go. And when we're going in that, when we're in that movement, when things flow well, there seems to be an abundance to our path. Things seem to synchronize up somehow. So it's really a balance, isn't it? It's a balance between being forceful and controlling of our path, backing that off a bit, and also a balance between that and just letting life happen, backing that off a bit, and finding a balance where we can balance letting life happen, trusting in the movement and what feels right at the time, balancing that with our determination, our choices, the decisions that we make, and where we want to carve our path to be. And if something's not working, it might be a time to reassess the movement or the approach that we have in that movement of our path and the meandering of our river or that underground stream that we're moving with. Yes, conscious effort. Absolutely, Allison. Thank you. Hi, spirited woman. So how does that sit for you? And how does it sit for you that this path, this stream, this underground current is actually love? It's love. So, not limited to like a sexual love, which some people think that's what love is, or a love in a relationship, which is beautiful, can be beautiful. I feel like a love in a relationship is just an expansion of our own love that we feel inside ourselves. So I'm looking at this from a love for life. And it might be difficult to feel a love for life if we're not feeling loving towards ourselves and we're not seeing love in our life. Whether that's through a relationship, it could be a lover relationship, but it could be a relationship with another person. You know, that special bond that we have with someone in our family, perhaps a grandchild or a grandparent. You know, it certainly doesn't have to be any like a sexually related connection of love, but a bond, a love connection that we feel. So love is the stream, it feels like. Love is the movement. Love is the direction that we're going. So, with that, I'm going to pull another healing energy card just to expand on this a little bit, and then I'm going to see what I need to do next. So, I'm feeling close that we're going to be connecting with all of you beautiful people. So, hello, Smiley Mole. Lovely to see you too. Okay, let's grab another healing energy card just to expand on or look at what I've talked about from another angle. So we have this. Cellular Change, card 37. So this says, the first word says love. And then healing on a cellular level. So to me, healing on a cellular level would be deep healing on to the very cells, the very DNA, the very vibration of our being, the deepest depths we could imagine within our physical body, and then taking that deeper. So there is a depth that's already a common thread between these two cards, and also love is the big common thread between these two cards so far. So it says love, healing on a cellular level, union, merging, wholeness, complete. Okay, so if we stop it there for now, merging, wholeness, union, complete. This is about bringing, mending separation. And especially because I've been talking about our path, our flow, this is especially about a separation we may have been feeling between us and our path, us and our journey, ourselves and our flow, ourselves and love. Maybe we've been dealing with life's dramas and things happening in our life that, things happen. Maybe we've been dealing with things and it's disconnected us from our path. Maybe it's disconnected us from love, and we might have all the valid reasons why we slipped backwards, why we disconnected, why we rejected our path. Sometimes if we're not happy with where we are right now, we disconnect from it. We want to disassociate from our path because we're not happy where we are right now. Maybe things turned out different than what we hoped. Maybe this is not where we imagined ourselves to be at this stage of our life's journey. So maybe a part of us is rejecting it and is maybe bitter about where we are right now because we had dreams. And maybe those dreams didn't pan out for whatever reason. So maybe something to think about. Have you been feeling disconnected from your path, from love, from yourself? So there's a feeling with this card that's bringing things together again. Bringing emergence, a union, a wholeness, a completion. Doesn't mean it's over, it just means more of a feeling of completion, that everything being okay. It also says on this card, galactic connections. So we're looking at connections beyond our physical life right now. It also says anchoring love, change, the new, truth, heaven, or we could say spirit, into your body and your life now. So anchoring it in, not as something that's some fantasy or some dream or something that's lost or missing, but something that we can anchor and bring into our body now. And I actually really like that. I'm just going to scribble it down because I think we might use that too as a focus for our healing time. So anchoring. So this is giving weight to love, change, the new, true spirit into our body, into our life. You are ready. You are ready. So these two cards go beautifully together. So a depth to our flow, our path, and bringing love in, and a feeling of depth, but also union, of merging, of togetherness with this particular card. So this is great. Let's stick these two cards here without bumping my tripod, because it's my setup is very heavy, so it's a bit, I could do the splits any second. Now, let me just feel on where we want to take this. I'm really feeling I want to use the drum. So what I'm going to do is I can do that. I can do that. I won't play it while it's right there. I can drop the names into here. For anchoring. This is for anchoring. Just hit me. So as I call your name, those of you on my healing list, this is anchoring you. So it's almost, I feel like I'm going to call your name or sound your name, call you forward, drop your name, your paper into this bowl for anchoring. So it almost feels like an anchor, like a boat's anchor, being attached to your name, your energy, and putting you into the ocean. Putting you into the depths of the ocean, so what the ocean represents, to help you anchor love and anchor a new sense of connection between yourself and you and yourself and your path. So let's do this. So I'm going to picture all of you as I say your name with an anchor tied to you, if you like, but not a weight. Well, it is a bit of a weight, but not a burden. Just something to help anchor and bring your energy into the now. So first up is Natalie Papp. So Natalie, take a nice deep breath and imagining you, what's the best way? Because heavy sort of feels like it has negative attachments to it, but it doesn't feel like that for me now. So it feels like a weight, an anchor, a grounding, a substance, something substantial, something practical. So imagining a weight that's not negative on your energy here, Natalie Papp, and anchoring love, anchoring this energy, anchoring you into this moment. So thank you. Pamela Florea, anchoring you into the now. I folded these up so small. Rebecca Ross, anchoring you into the now. Chelsea Keith, nice big anchor, anchoring you into love, into your flow, into now. David Magness, anchoring you. Actually, I probably should turn it this way now. David Magness, anchoring you into the depths of who you are. And we could imagine this bowl as the depths. I'll play it too before I start the drum probably. Bronwyn Usher, anchoring you into the depths of who you are. Carol White, nice big breath and anchoring you into the now. Marguerite Pepper Brady, anchoring you into the now, into the depths of who you are. Janice Chalmers, nice big breath, Janice, and anchoring you into the depths of your highest potential. Because that's what exists to me within these depths, is our potential for change, our potential for growth, our potential for improvement. Suzie Nicholls, nice big breath and anchoring you into the now. Elle Du Bois, anchoring you that await you. Kimberly Veness. I know we've got a couple of Kimberlys. So this is Kimberly Veness. Nice big breath and anchoring you into the now. Anchoring you into your heart is also what I'm feeling. Tami Dunn. Tami, nice big breath and anchoring you into this present moment. Martha Samuels, Martha, nice big breath and anchoring you into the depths of your highest potential. Nicole Wiggins, nice big breath and anchoring you into this present moment. Isabelita Rivera, nice big breath and anchoring you into the depths, into the now. Sarah Jones, anchoring you into the now, into love. Matthew Keith, anchoring you into this present moment, into your fullest potential. Angela James, anchoring you into the now. Jane Larson, nice big breath and anchoring you into this present moment. Sandi Greenham, nice big breath and anchoring you into love, into the depths of who you are. Courtney Smith, nice big breath, Courtney, and anchoring you into your highest potential. Anchoring you into love and choosing love. Kanti Devi Wedad, anchoring you. Let go. Anchoring you into the depths of who you are. Your fullest potential. We've got Zeina Baksmaty. So Zeina, nice big breath and anchoring you into this present moment. Elaine Thelen, nice big breath and dropping an anchor on you so you can dive deeper into yourself and into your life experience. So one of the keys to deepening our experience, actually two keys that I can think of, two important parts or ways or tools, keys to do that, is through feeling. So listening to our emotions, how we feel, the flow and the movement of our emotional being, our emotional state, and also our body. I find our body really valuable and important in moving into new depths within ourselves. So feeling takes us into that, almost that ocean depths. The ocean to me represents our emotions. Dropping in deeper and really discovering and uncovering how we feel. And getting to know our body is also really valuable in doing that. So just some thoughts. Next is Charley Ross. So anchoring you into the now. Anchoring. You are anchored. Or you could affirm, I am anchored. I am present. Fiona Coughlin. Fiona, nice big breath and anchoring you into the now. We have Christopher Regan. It's a nice big breath and anchoring you into love, anchoring you into your flow. Ann Osias, nice big breath and anchoring you into love. And the movement of love, expanding on the love that you already feel. So the feeling of love and taking that deeper. I went through a huge learning for about a year or so, and all I wanted to do was open and deepen my capacity to love. So I felt like my heart was being held in this cavity, my chest cavity if you like, but energetically this cavity of love. And I just wanted to grow this cavity and grow it as far as I could. So I was thirsty almost for, feeling deeper sense of love across the board in all aspects of my life, my relationships, my relationship with myself, my relationship with my life, and feeling more love and doing things more that I love. It's very exciting. So Leslie Laagel, you're next. Take a nice big breath and anchoring love, anchoring you into the now. Kimberly Revel, you're next. You're now, I should say. Take a nice big breath and anchoring you into the now, anchoring you further into love. Andrea Stuart, nice big breath, Andrea, and anchoring you into love. So I think of love too, I think of abundance, think of being in good flow, think of feeling happy. You know, happiness, freedom, feeling it within our being, like genuinely. Angie Griswold, anchoring you into love and into this now moment, into the abundance that is available to you and available to us all. Avril Daly, nice big breath and anchoring you into love. Anchoring you into who you are. Allison, almost lucky last. Allison, nice big breath and anchoring you into love. Loretta Martin, Loretta, nice big breath and anchoring you into love, into this present moment, into who you are. That must mean our last person to connect with is Gayle, Gayle McCoy. Nice big breath, Gayle. And anchoring you into love, your fullest potential. So that's everyone on my list for the healing list today. So nice big breath. I'm going to grab this bowl. We're going to play it for a moment. So it's full of you. And I'm just going to play it. I don't know how it will sound. We'll find out. I'm just going to play it to help enforce this anchoring. Now, for you, you might want to think about you're very welcome. You might want to think about what does anchoring mean to you? What does it mean? What visual do you get? What feeling do you get when I say anchoring you? Anchoring you into love, anchoring you into the now, anchoring you into your fullest potential, anchoring you into abundance or your flow. What does anchoring mean to you? So it might be something to explore if you want to. Anchoring, I also think of grounding. I think of balance. I think of a practicality, a foundation, like Kimberly says. So something maybe to think about if you want to. But I'm going to play this just for a moment to enforce this anchoring, and then we'll see where we go from there. Nice big breath. Anchoring you into love. Anchoring you into yourself. Maybe anchoring also brings with it, comes with it, a sense of acceptance, accepting love, accepting flow, accepting ourselves, accepting our potentials. Crystal bowl. It's blue. It's the resonance of the throat chakra. So this is about expressing now. So we've done anchoring, anchored our energy into ourselves, anchored our potential, anchoring the parts of ourselves that we're disconnected from, and this expression now. So as we anchor, as we feel more solid and stronger, more confident, clearer within our being, then that puts us into a more confident and stronger position of expression. So expression is getting that energy moving, not necessarily through words, could be through creating the life now that we want to live, creating a new path for ourselves. If we've noticed our path is fading away and becoming stagnant and frayed, Maybe this is now about starting a new path for ourselves, a new part of our journey. Maybe a new depth of our path that we can open up to. So let's anchor and let's express creative expressions of spirit, of our spirit, our soul. Wonderful. Okay, let's, I'm just going to pull another card. I'm just going to sit you guys just down here. I'm going to pull another card before I start drumming. So I've got my owl drum here next to me, and I would like to drum for a little bit. So I'm just going to pull another card now just to add to this and just see if there's anything new that we need to talk about or that wants to be added. So we're sort of building up the layers here. It's not layers necessarily, it sort of feels like depths. We're going deeper and deeper and deeper with all these layers that we're uncovering and unfolding. So what's this going to add to it? We've got reunion. So in the cellular change card we had union. This is reunion, card 31. So the 30s are popular, and we've been streaming for 36 minutes. So we've had card 35, 37, 31. And the keywords down here say ancient wisdom awakened. That reminds me of something I said earlier. Remember, of our experiences, not only this lifetime, but other lifetimes, if we're open to it, the journey of our soul. We've collected so much wisdom through our experience that we can believe in ourselves enough to know that we can redirect and move our path, our flow, the way we want it to go. Paving as we go, if you like. So ancient wisdom awakened. Divine masculine power is emerging. Reunion of God with goddess, or yin with yang, feminine with masculine. So this is really about bringing those separated parts together again. An opening of the crown chakra. So remember in this card that I talked about separation, feeling disconnected from our path. This is very much now about really bringing these parts together. So we've done our anchoring, and now it's about bringing those parts together again so we can feel even more whole and complete. So we may want to imagine it a little bit like this card. If we had a part of ourselves focused on the things that aren't working in our life, the things that we're angry or bitter about, the dreams that won't happen anymore because things have changed in our life, whatever this separation may be. And we may think of these as two separate parts of ourselves. So as I'm drumming, I'm going to really focus on bringing these parts together again, bring a union, a reunion, a reconnection. That's probably a really great word to use. A reconnection, a reunion of our yin yang, our God with our goddess, our masculine with our feminine, who we hoped would be with who we are, perhaps, or let's bring it all together. So we've anchored, we've created a sense of strength, I feel, from that, and now let's bring more of ourselves into this space so we can expand. So bringing ourselves together so we can expand and grow as beings. So I'm going to play the owl drum for a few minutes with the intention of reunion, the intention of reconnection. So I'm not going to be talking as I play the drum. I just really want to hold this space and hold this space for you, to honor these energies and how you want to merge yourself together, how you want to bring a reconnection with who you are. So trust in yourself. You're anchored now. You're hopefully feeling a bit stronger, a bit more sure about yourself. So now it's about thinking about and feeling upon how can I, or what do I need to do to bring myself into a wholeness, a more complete, united, reconnected space. So the way I might do that, just to get the ball rolling, if you need a little bit of a hint or a tip, but you don't have to do this. If it was me, I would be, and this is probably what I will do, is take some really big breaths and feel them expanding from my heart. Big breaths that just keep expanding my energy, like I'm blowing up a balloon. And as I breathe, as I take a breath, that balloon's expanding, and then it expands, and I'm going to expand my energy as far as I can as I'm drumming. So that's what my intention will be. So if you're not sure what to do, please do that if you want to. But if you have an idea, or you just want to see how it feels at the time, please trust that you can't do anything wrong. It's a nice big breath, so I'll drum for 5 minutes or so, and I'll talk to you when I'm finished. So enjoy. Nice big breaths. Beautiful. I trust you're feeling good. So I felt from the drum just a reminder for us to trust in ourselves, to trust in our heart, and trust in the flow and the movement of our path. If we don't like the way our path is going, what can we do to make changes? So we can trust in what we decide, and as you know, governing almost our path, governing the direction our life flows in many ways. So those of you on the healing list, I was picturing you as I was drumming, growing and expanding in your love, in your wholeness, in the fullness of who you are. In a beautiful, balanced way, so balancing your masculine assertiveness with your feminine softness, or your yang with your yin, your God with goddess, if you like. So I trust you feel good. Wonderful. Okay, let's put these cards back. These are our cards we did the healing journeying with, and I'm going to pull a card as we finish off. So thank you to all of those of you on my healing list and for supporting my work. I really appreciate it, and I really trust that you felt you've received something helpful and beneficial for you during this healing event. So thank you so much. If you want to be a part of our healing event for next month in August, great. If you want to be a part of our healing event next month in August, then please have a look on my Patreon page, which the link should be somewhere in the video description, wherever it would be, if you want to register for next month. And if you're inspired to continue next month, I look forward to connecting with you again in August. So I will be in touch the first week or so of August with the date. Thank you. With the date for our August healing event for patrons. It's usually very much towards the end of the month, just to because sometimes we have new people coming through the month, and if I've already done the healing event, then I've really got to do another one. So I sort of have it towards the end of the month, just for any new people that might come in. So I'll see you towards the end of August. So thank you so much. If you have had quite a healing experience today, I recommend that you drink lots of water, listen to your body, and be kind and gentle to yourself. Just let the energy settle over the next few days, and let yourself come out the other end feeling maybe inspired, or a little bit more connected, a little more anchored, a little bit more understanding of your life's path, perhaps. And then allow that to guide you forward, moving forward in a direction that you want to be going. So thank you. Let's grab a healing energy card to go. So what I'm looking for is the best healing energy card in regards to what's next. What do we need to know about what's next for us? What might be a good focus now as we get ready to turn this off and go back into our everyday life? Because it's this overlap, it's this using what you've learned here to help you in your everyday life experience. That's where it really counts. So just to sit here for 50 minutes or so and feel good, that's nice. But if you go back into your everyday life and you're feeling bitter and angry and feeling unstable and unbalanced, then this really hasn't been that anchoring, it hasn't been that beneficial. Thank you. So this is really where it counts now. This is where you grasp on to the bits that felt right, that you want to try and implement. You want to attempt them, see if they help improve your life experience. So this is the time now where we're doing that. So I'm looking for the best card to help you anchor this energy into your life, so it means something. Oh, mind thoughts. So this is really important. It's card 10, mind thoughts. And it says here, excuse me, clearing the mind of worry, stress, fear, confusion, and negative thoughts. Opening of the mind, depression. Listen to your thoughts, your words, and your feelings. This really is key in helping us make substantial changes and improvements in our life is our mind. Our mind can be our biggest asset. It can be the asset where we call upon that willpower, that focus, that determination, that clarity in our mind to help us, focus on whatever we're doing, moving forward, improving our life, this sort of thing. But our mind thoughts can also be really our worst enemy. We can get caught up in the negativity, in the drama, in the fading away of the dreams that we held so close to our heart, and the things that we wanted to happen in our life that just don't seem to be going to happen. So we can feed and focus so much of our attention and our energy on those negative thoughts that it really can be our worst enemy in many ways. So going forward now, it might be really important to think about or be aware of what's going on in your mind. Are your mind thoughts supporting you? Are you thinking supportive, positive, encouraging, reassuring thoughts that support your forward movement and give you hope for improvement in your life? Or are your thoughts draining you, pulling you back, and creating more of that stale weight instead of an empowering anchor that anchors you into your potential in this moment, almost like tree roots? That's how I see the anchor, as like tree roots. Or are your negative thoughts creating more of a burden, a dead weight that you're carrying around? So what does your anchor look like? Is it an empowering anchor, an anchor like tree roots that allows you to grow and grow? Or is it a dead weight? Is this burden that you're carrying? Are these sandbags that are weighing you down? So it might be really worth looking at your state of mind and whether these thoughts are supporting you or whether they're holding you back. So what do you do if you notice your thoughts are holding you back and they're negative and they're a dead weight? You start cutting that dead weight out. So by listening to and being aware of your thoughts, then you can see what your thoughts are and how detrimental they might be to your health and your well-being if they're not supporting you. So then you can cut those out. So some visuals I like to do is I walk over to my front door with that negative thought and I imagine kicking it out, like I'm banishing or throwing out a suitcase full of stuff I don't want, bricks. And I'll just keep opening my door and throwing those thoughts out. I literally walk over to my front door and do that. So I might have to just stand there and do it for a few minutes, and then I might walk back over to what I was doing. The thought pops in, I walk straight back to the door. You have to be consistent. It's just like training a child, bringing up children. We have to be consistent, and it's the same with our thoughts and getting back in charge of them. You can imagine cutting off those dead weights. If you can really picture that your negative thoughts are like dead weights just hanging off your head, you may want to imagine you've got a pair of scissors and you're just cutting those off. And if they pop back in straight away, which they likely will, you just cut them again and again and again and again. And just keep being focused, disciplined, consistent. And then you'll start retraining your thoughts in a new way. So you can start then replacing those negative thoughts with something positive. Like if you're always often thinking something negative about yourself, like, why does all this bad stuff happen to me? It might be something like what you might be thinking over and over again. So when you're aware of it and you start cutting it out or removing it, then you could start replacing that thought with a positive alternative. Like instead of why does all this bad stuff happen to me, something like that. You might want to start replacing and embedding a new thought, like a little seed that you're planting in your mind, with something like, things are improving for me every day. Things are improving for me every day. Things are becoming easier. Something a little bit softer and a little bit more positive. So we can certainly retrain our thoughts. It's not impossible. In fact, it's one of the many things that we can do to help ourselves improve. So going forward, what do you need to do in regards to your thinking to help your thinking be more supportive? And you can ask yourself, is this thought that I'm thinking supporting me, or is it holding me back? So thank you so much for connecting. It's been a great experience. I trust you've enjoyed it. And yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for your support. And I look forward to connecting with you again next month for our healing event for those of you my patrons. So thank you so much. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please comment if you want to. And please reach out via email on my website if you want to connect more privately. So just visit templeofbalance.com.au. If you want to learn more about me and the work that I do, it should all be on my website. So thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll connect with you again very soon. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you, patrons. Bye for now.